What is going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. As you can tell, I have my co-anchor here. This is my girlfriend, Brittany.
Hi, everyone.
Believe it or not, she's actually never driven this car since the day I got it. So this was March of 2018, so it's been a little bit over a year, and she's never driven it. And it's not because I don't let women drive my car. That's not what it is. It's just kind of never worked out. I mean, you've been kind of a little bit scared to drive it, and I'm usually just driving when we go to places. So we decided to make a video. I'll ask a few questions, and this will literally be her first impression driving this vehicle. So should be pretty good.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's hit the road.
Okay.
Nice.
That's fun.
So one thing I will say, as you're driving it, the pedal is very sensitive. I think that's just the Challenger thing. So you might start spinning out the second you push on the pedal because it's very, very touchy.
It's gonna make for great television.
It will.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
This is gonna be fun.
It's very touchy.
You wanna go grandma speed?
Don't be afraid to go. Once you get it moving, then you can hit the pedal and it's pretty good. It's just when you're at a stop and you're hitting the pedal, if you go pedal to the metal, it's gonna just spin out and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. How am I doing on the, this is a wide car.
Yeah, it is. I think you're doing great. Once we hit the main road, I will kick off the questions.
Okay, sounds good. Which way should I go, by the way? Oh, I'm sorry.
You can turn right.
It's probably gonna be a lot of that.
Okay, so let's try to stay alive. I told you the pedal is very, very touchy.
I know, and it's just a little bit. Like on mine, that would not have done that at all.
Okay, so we made this video when I had my Mercedes, and we asked a lot of these same questions, but for those of you that had never seen that video or maybe forgot some of the answers, we'll go through some of that stuff as well. The first question is how we met. Do you want to kick that off?
Yeah, for sure. Add in anything that you want. So we met in college. It was actually one of my last classes in college, and he cracked a joke before our midterm, and I thought it was funny.
Probably wasn't funny.
I added him on Facebook, and kind of the rest was history. He reached out to me and went out for coffee and dated ever since. Over 3 years now.
Yeah. The truth is we met on Tinder, but we made up this funny story to make it work. The next question is, what was your first car? And you had mentioned this in the last video as well.
Yeah, so my first car was a Jeep Cherokee 99. It was beautiful. I loved it a lot, but then in college, it was actually around the same time that I met you, decided I wanted something different. I've always wanted a Wrangler. My whole family had Wranglers. I really wanted to be part of the Wrangler club. So I found my last car, my Jeep Wrangler 2005. So. And
if you remember that video, well, the video I made a few months ago on the Range Rover, that was after she had gotten in a car accident and the Wrangler was totaled because somebody pulled out in front of her and she didn't have time to stop. So right now your Range Rover is your third car.
Range Rover is my third car.
Okay. Next question is, what car do you drive? Which, if you guys don't know, it's a 2018, I think, or 2019?
2018.
No, 2019.
No, because the 19 is when they redesigned.
2020 is the redesign. It is a 2019.
Oh my gosh, it is a 2019.
Yeah, it's a 2019 Range Rover Evoque. It's got the premium or something.
It's got
package.
Premium package. It's got like the blacked out wheel package.
Yeah.
Safety package.
Yeah, and if you guys are curious about that one, we go into much more detail on a different video if you go back a few months where we reveal the car and go over all the options. So if you're really curious about that car, you can look it up, but that's the car she drives now. This one is a good one. What's your favorite car?
My favorite car? My car now?
Yeah.
I love my car now. I do.
That's not exciting.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
If money wasn't an option, what's your favorite car? Okay.
You're gonna have to cut that part out because I don't know.
Okay. I guess her favorite car is the car she drives. Wouldn't that be any car guy's dream, right? Your favorite car is the one you're driving today. That never happens. Although I do love this car, I would say if I had the money, I'd go for like a Lamborghini or something. So
Oh,
I mean,
dang.
that's what I'm saying. If money's not an option,
No. McLaren would be fun.
a McLaren. There you go.
That'd be fun.
Okay, next one is, do you like this car? So you've been driving it for about 5 minutes. How does it feel?
I really like it. I mean, it's an adjustment to get used to, just because it's a little bit wider. So I'm just making sure that I'm really staying in the lanes. But other than that, I really like it. The power is also something I'm trying to get used to. But super easy to drive,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth.
You're
I
getting
really
the
like
best
the
gas
display.
mileage I've ever gotten in this car.
I am babying it right now.
Yeah, you are.
This is your baby. I'm not doing
Actually,
anything here.
I can even check how many horsepower we're actually using because of the performance pages. And so we can see exactly how much horsepower you're using at any moment. Let's see if I can find that.
No, this is your baby. I'm not gonna touch. I'm not gonna.
But do you like
go
it so
crazy.
far? You can see yourself
Really
driving
like
it?
Really like it.
What do you like most about it?
The power is fun.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Even though I'm still trying to harness that power, I really like it.
What do you like? What do you hate most about it right now?
Oof.
What's the hardest thing?
I think the width of it is kind of the thing I'm trying to get used to the most. Never driven a car this wide. Like my Wrangler was just really tiny. I guess my Cherokee was pretty wide, but since it's been so long,
Yeah.
maybe I've kind of just forgotten that.
How about visibility?
Ooh.
Is that a problem?
Rear, not too bad. Blind spot.
Yeah.
Good thing you have blind spot monitoring, because that's
Yeah.
not awesome. I haven't merged any lanes though, so that's probably why I haven't noticed it quite
And
yet.
the hood's pretty long.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to tell your distance.
Yeah.
So in terms of things you like least is probably the width, the size of this car, and kind of hard to get used to.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would say there's one thing after owning it for about a year and 3 or 4 months. The one thing I still haven't gotten used to is the pedal. I mean, there are times where when I switch from my RAV to this one, I gun it too much, or it's very, very sensitive. So getting this car, you do have to know that you're gonna have to get used to that. And then sometimes the size I'm used to, sometimes I'm not. It really depends on whether I'm in a tight parking spot or if I have a wide open road. But those are two things I would say that are kind of hard to get used to about this car.
And this is like kind of a narrow road that we're on right now.
Yeah, it is. It is. And there's
And
a lot of
that's why I've been
cars.
kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Because I've just been trying to focus in.
Okay, we can go to the next question, which
I
is,
look really serious in this video, I know, but this is like his car.
and you're only using 23 horsepower right now, so nice job. Let's see. We already kind of answered the question of do you like driving my car? It sounds like you do.
Yeah.
That means that there's going to be more road trips where I'm sitting in the passenger seat, which is nice for me because sometimes, actually, the passenger seat is pretty comfortable, so I like it.
Nice.
Next thing is,
Ooh, the seat coolers. Can I add that to things that I like about this car?
yes,
I don't have
ventilated
that.
seats. See, I don't really like the ventilated seats of this car because I don't think they work very effectively. And I mentioned this in, I think, the list of things I hate about this car. The ventilated seats are hit or miss. Some days they work well. Other days they're just as if they're not even on. And like right now, your driver's one is on. Can you feel it? Yeah.
Maybe it works better in the passenger seat.
I don't know. Maybe that's true because I never sit in the passenger seat. But that's one thing that I think Dodge could have done better. But at the same time, it wasn't something I bought this car for, so I can't complain. It's just, I just don't love the system, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Okay, so the next question is, do you like me more because of my car?
Oh, whatever. No.
I think that leads to the next question I had is, do you think girls are attracted to this car? Because I'm sure a lot of viewers, and me myself when I was single, I was like, hey, if I have a nice car, if I have a nice, either Mercedes or a muscle car or something, it's going to attract attention. Girls like it. I have my own opinion on the matter, but let's hear a girl's opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the car makes or breaks it. I do think that there can be a lot said about somebody that takes care of their car. Just because I think that in general, that's what I look for more is, do you take care of your car? Am I going to walk in and there's just garbage everywhere on the ground? Like, that's what kind of would detract me a little bit more. But a head-turning car, oh yeah, it gets the attention, but I wouldn't date somebody only because of their car.
You heard it here first, folks. If you have a clean car, if you take care of your car, that means you take care of your woman. So that's kind of what I've gotten from that statement. And I agree. I think that, going to car shows and all this stuff over the years of having, luckily being fortunate enough to have pretty nice cars, most of the time, the people that come up to you are just older men. Like, that's really, I mean, if you're in the mood, yeah, exactly. I mean, if your type is older men, then I think that, yeah, definitely having one of these cars helps. But most of the time, it's just people who admire your car. It's never really women like in Fast and Furious that are in thongs in front of your vehicle. That
no,
that never happened. At least never in any car show I've gone to, and I don't think you would have appreciated me going to those car shows. But it really doesn't. And I think, yeah, more of how you carry yourself because of the car you drive, which I've mentioned when I had that Mercedes, I made a video on whether the Mercedes attracts women. It's really how you carry yourself and whether you keep it clean and if you take care of your car. Because like I said, if you take care of your car, that means you take care of your woman or your man. If you're a woman that's driving a nice car, I'm sure the same thing goes. I mean, I think I'd be attracted if a girl was driving a nice car, but that wouldn't be the only thing I'm attracted to. It's just kind of a positive. It's nice that they take care of their car and they drive a nice car. Would you agree?
Yes, I think that sounds good. Not dating me because of my car?
Well, that's a different story. Do you wish I had a different car?
No, I really like this car. In fact, I think we've talked about it pretty recently where I really like this car, and I think I almost have more of an attachment because I think you're like maybe thinking about another one.
Yeah.
I think I've been the one that's been kind of like, yeah, but this is an amazing car.
Yeah,
Are you ready to give it up? And so I think for a while, this is still the one that I like the most.
That's true. I mean, like, guys, girls out there, being a car person, you're really, you always want something different. You're always eyeballing. Like, I look at the Hellcat and I'm like, oh, maybe I can get a Hellcat and this and that. And she's always bringing me back and saying, but you really love this car. And I got to say, I think you are more attached to it than I am. But,
I think so.
Of course, I would get cold feet if I was to pull the trigger and sell it. But I think you do like this car. Do you like it more than my Mercedes?
I don't know. It's a different thing, though. You know? That Mercedes was like a luxury. This one's like just, it's fun.
Yeah.
This is like a fun car to be in. And like take it up the canyon, take it for like little trips. It's just, it's a different feel. It's a different feel that you're going for when you're in this car.
Yeah, the Mercedes was a little bit easier to drive just because of its proportions. It was smaller. It's not as...
You're looking for a head turner with this one, though.
Yeah, this one's more of a head turner. That one was more of a daily driver because that one was a head turner just because it's a Mercedes. It was black. It was really nice looking. But it wasn't one that you could really take to car shows because there's a lot of those Mercedes out there. Whereas, Challengers in this type of spec, there's not very many. And because of the proportion of this car, it is harder to drive. I mean, it's heavier. You feel the weight. The Mercedes was a little bit light on its feet, but it wasn't as powerful. Oh, a Jeep?
His car broke down. That's unfortunate.
I thought you were pointing towards the Jeep. Okay, the next question is, what's a mod that I've done or the previous owner had done that you really like on this car?
Ooh, gosh. Recently, you added that gas tank sticker.
Yeah.
Really like that. It just adds a nice little appeal.
Yeah.
When you first got it, though, I really liked the additional racing stripes that the guy had put on prior to you. I think that adding that little red stripe and the black stripe really makes it look cool and unique.
Yeah, I like those racing stripes too. Honestly, I wouldn't have ever thought about putting them on if I got a car without it, but I don't want to do any car wraps or anything because I don't want to take those off. I really like how they look.
No.
Cool. What's a mod that you think I should get?
Ooh, we've talked about this. I think some new rims.
Yeah.
I think rims would be kind of you could make it look a lot different.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be a modification that's coming within the next year, is hopefully changing out the wheels on this car. That really depends on how long I keep this car. I don't know, because if I do upgrade to a Hellcat, actually if I upgrade to a Hellcat I could carry over the same wheels, but if I go towards some other, sports car, I'm not necessarily going to be able to change over. Yeah, that works. She's parking far away, just like
I am.
Just like I taught her.
I do. I park real far though in my car too.
You used to do that too, yeah, even in your Jeep.
Even in my Jeep I did.
Okay, and then this is pretty much the last question I had, is what car should I get next?
Ooh, what car should you get next?
Yeah.
I think it'd have to be something different than the Challenger, like different model and everything.
So not a Hellcat.
Not a Hellcat, because I feel like the Hellcat is like more powerful and stuff, but I think you'd almost want to go something different. Maybe that's when you go for like a Camaro.
Yeah, like a Z01 or something.
Yeah.
Corvette.
Oh, a Corvette would be nice.
Yeah.
A Lambo. That's what I want
That's
you to
the
get
next car. I'm
Lamborghini.
selling this one and buying a Lamborghini.
That is what I would like you to do, please.
And then we're going to be living in it because we can't afford anything else. If we can even afford the Lambo. That's pretty much all the questions I had. Do you have anything? How was the drive?
It was really nice. I mean, once I kind of got over that initial nerves of driving your car, it was really great. I thought it drove nice. Didn't have any issues with it. I think we just kind of talked through any of them, but nothing that you couldn't get used to, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Well,
does that answer them all?
It does. The next clip we're going to do is actually we're going to drive it up the canyon through a freeway. So we'll see your reactions on actually putting some power down because we were just driving in the city. I was asking her questions. It's a little bit difficult to really see what her reaction is. So the next clip that you'll see is us driving through the canyons and on the freeway. So
sounds good.
Let's cut to that now.
Okay, thanks.
About to hit the freeway.
Woo, lots of traffic cones.
I'll let you know when you can. Okay, go ahead. There you go. Nice. How was it?
That was fun. That was really fun.
I think you went all the way to the
I did. I felt the ground.
Nice. Okay. So I wanted you to do.
That was fun.
More powerful than the Range Rover?
Yes. Although my little turbo is pretty impressive.
It is pretty quick.
But no, that was fun. I just can't get a speeding ticket in your car now.
Yeah. So how does it feel on highway speeds?
I like it. It's soothing. No wonder Lexi likes it so much.
Yeah. Brittany's dog, Lexi, or I guess our dog now, she really loves this car. She'll run to this car every single morning. Every time we turn it on to go somewhere, this is the car she picks. So she's Mopar puppy.
She's a Mopar puppy. We're going to take a video of her one time because she runs to it. I don't know why I look that way. Nobody comes that way, do they? No. There's no car. Whee. Do I need to be worried about hitting corners at any speed?
No, not really.
Like, as long as I don't, like, slam it on, right?
Oh, yeah, it handles pretty well. There's...
Okay. It does handle really well.
Nice.
Oh, gosh, no! Can I beat this?
Yeah, you can beat the semi.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
Oh, God.
Damn. Okay, that's what I wanted. I wish it was a forward camera because it was a semi that almost crashed right into us, but...
But we did it!
Damn.
We beat the semi!
That was good.
Let's get past the other semi. That was fun. I got up to 80 there real quick.
Yeah. The speed limit is 80 in the city, though, mind you. It's kind of intoxicating, isn't it?
Yeah. It's fun. It really does handle great, too.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't lying.
I know the Mustangs and Camaros handle on turns a little bit better because they're lighter cars, their suspension's a little different, but I never have an issue with it. I mean, I don't take this car to a track or anything. If I do, it's usually a drag strip, so I think it's pretty comfortable, a little too bumpy.
I actually think it's pretty comfy. I think in general with sports cars, I always worry I'm going to feel every single bump just because you're lower to the ground.
Yeah.
But you can tell you're not too low to the ground because I'm not feeling everything right now.
Yeah. I can see you're having fun.
Smiling. I think I've got it down pretty good.
Yeah? Do you think you're now used to the size?
A little bit. I think I still get nervous when I'm like in city streets and I have like 2 lanes on the side of me, like if it's like a 3-laner.
Yeah.
But on the freeway it doesn't seem nearly as wide.
What do you think of the sound?
It's fun. We don't even need any music on. We're just listening to this. The AC works well too.
Better. It's only 2 years old. And we tested it earlier, but the brakes work really well.
Yeah, that's how I'm paying attention now too. I've seen a couple brake lights up there, but the brakes do work really well. This person's on their phone. Don't do that. Going 80 miles an hour on your phone.
Come kick your ass if you do that.
I know. Come on. Of course, this person's going to slam on their brakes right there. Okay.
Woo!
Good.
Be careful of that semi, sweetie.
I know.
Damn.
You gonna let me drive it again?
I was certain we were gonna hit that semi. Damn.
Yeah, we're fine.
I was like, my brakes are good. I'm not that good. Wow. Got some Vin Diesel over here.
That's fun. I don't think you're gonna let me drive your car again.
I don't even drive my car like this. Man, I'm impressed.
Just opened it up.
More in love than I've ever been.
You're so cute.
I think we figured out 2 things in this video. 1, I'm a sissy in the passenger seat. And 2, I think you like driving this car.
Yep, I do. I like it a lot. Thanks for letting me give it a ride.
Thank you for driving.
Oh, sorry. Still figuring that out a little bit. Whew.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I sure did. I got an adrenaline rush. I think you enjoyed it too.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching that reaction.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and find me on Instagram at @Schwazy_. Post some photos of the ride, and we'll catch you all next time. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Bye.